What if I told you that over 1400 years ago, a book described the biological reality of bees in a way that science would only confirm centuries later, and did so with linguistic precision that modern entomology now verifies? Let's talk about the bee and what is written in the Qur'an. In Surah Nahl, the bee, in verses 68 to 69, and your Lord inspired the bee, take for yourself homes in the mountains, in the trees, and in what they build. They eat from all the fruits, and follow the paths that your Lord has made easy for you. From their bellies comes a drink of different colors. In it is healing for mankind. Indeed, in that is a sign for people who reflect. That is a quotation from the Quran, 68-69, in chapter The Bee. Another thing that we didn't know over 1400 years ago is that bees are female. The words that are used to describe the actions that the bees make are feminine. For example, take, eat, follow, all are feminine words. And why is that important, you might ask? Well, it's important because the bees that build the hives, the bees that build the hives, the bees that collect the nectar, the bees that produce the honey are all female worker bees. Male bees, the drones, do not build hives and do not collect nectar. And these facts were only known centuries later through the science of entomology. In the 7th century, there were no microscopes, there was no genetic analysis, and absolutely no knowledge of bee gender colony and work distribution. Yet the Quran addresses the bee in the feminine form. The verse says that the bees live in mountains, in trees, and in structures that humans build. Modern zoology confirms that in fact bees do nest in rock crevices, hollow trees, and man-made hives. How would someone in the middle of the desert have known that over 1400 years ago? Today we know that bees are the primary pollinators of fruit trees, flowers, and vegetables. 1/3 of the world's global food production depends on these bees, on the pollinators. Pollination biology was unknown in 7th century Arabia, yet the Quran links the bees directly to fruits. Bees follow incredibly complex navigation systems, sun positioning, Earth's magnetic field, polarized light, and the waggle dance communication system that the bees have. The waggle dance was decoded in the 20th century by Nobel Prize winner Karl von Frisch. The Quran describes that the bees follow paths that are laid down for them. Instinctual guidance, scientifically observable behavior. The Quran says that their bellies contain a drink with many colors. Honey varies in color, in composition, and medicinal properties. And further on, the Quran says in it there is healing for mankind. Modern science today confirms that honey has antibacterial properties, anti-inflammatory properties, wound healing acceleration properties, medical grade therapeutic use, that even hospitals today use them in bandaging. Now here is the real question. How would a man in 7th century Arabia, in the middle of the desert, on top of the fact that he was illiterate, know that the worker bees are female, that the bees follow a navigational path, that honey varies chemically, and it contains scientifically measurable healing properties? Because at that time, there were no laboratories, no entomology, and no microscopes. Yet the information in the Quran lines up with scientific knowledge of today, with modern biological knowledge of today. Muslims don't see this as a coincidence. We see this as a revelation. The chapter is literally called The Bee, and it ends, indeed, and that is a sign for people that reflect. So reflect. That's all I have for today. I hope you liked this episode, and I'll see you again on the next one. Assalamu alaikum.